Bang, bang. What's up, guys? Lunch money time. While Wall Street's trying to get rich, the rest of us just trying to get our lunch money right. We've got big news today. You guys wanted to see me dressed like Polina? There you go. I got the profile shirt on. Polina writes a daily newsletter, readtheprofile.com. Go check it out every Sunday. What do we have in the news today?
So remember that bill I was telling you about, the $484 billion bill?
Were you telling us about that, or did we read that on the internet?
No, I was telling you about that.
Okay. On Tuesday?
On Tuesday.
When the Senate passed it?
Today? Friday?
Today's Friday.
Okay. Yeah, when the Senate passed it, and now the House passed it, and so now Trump just has to sign it, and it's $484 billion to go to small businesses and hospitals.
Do you think he's going to sign it?
Yes.
All right. So $484 billion in new stimulus has now been approved. President Trump today at 12 noon Eastern, kind of like when lunch money is supposed to come out, 12 noon. He's stealing our shtick there. He's going to sign this bill. Important because $310 billion will go to replenish the Paycheck Protection Program. I've been calling it the Payroll Protection Program, but I think it's actually paycheck. You know, I make mistakes every once in a while. So $310 billion will go to replenish that. They had $350 billion. They ran out of money. Here's another $310 billion. $60 billion of it will go into the disaster fund. It's basically a loan bucket where people can go when there is issues and disaster. So $60 billion for that. There is $25 billion, if I remember correctly. Yeah, $25 billion is going to go to coronavirus testing, which is obviously really important. And then $75 billion is going to go to hospitals to help them being overrun with the coronavirus. Do you want to know my favorite part about this?
Do I?
Yeah.
Yeah.
The hospitals. $75 billion. A lot of people don't understand the economics of the hospital, and all of their high margin revenue disappeared because there's no elective surgeries going on, all that. And most emergency room visits, right? My partner Jason was explaining to me, most of their emergency room visits is actually very thin margins or actually a loss leader. So they're either losing money or not making a lot of money, and that's exploded. So they have an incredible economic pressure right now. And so thankfully they're getting some help, about $75 billion in the stimulus.
So for the $60 billion that's going to the Small Business Administration, does that mean that small businesses have to apply again?
So there's 370 billion. Right. $60 billion goes into a relief fund. It's like a disaster relief. I forget the name of it. And then there is 310 billion that will go into the Paycheck Protection Program. So the 310 billion, if you already have filed an application, then you just are still waiting. Now you can start to tap into some of those funds once this is signed. And I believe that you have to apply for the disaster loans. But if you've already applied, I'm sure that you can then just get access to it. You're basically like just waiting in line.
Okay, but it's still not going to cover everybody who applied.
Absolutely not. The $350 billion that they already gave the first time only covers like 3 to 4% of all of the applications. So another $310 billion, let's say that we get lucky and it gets us to 10% of everyone who applied, right? Now, what's not known is how many of the people who applied are like the Shake Shacks and, all of these companies that maybe don't actually need it as a small business. So that's unknown. But I don't think $310 billion is going to be enough. And they're already talking about the next stimulus package. So what ends up being kind of annoying to me is they approved one, they ran out of money. It took them a week. End of last week is when they ran out of money. Yeah. It took an entire week to get another package put together, voted on, approved, right? Yeah. And now they're going to get it signed this Friday or today. So if this happens again, that means there'll be another week gap from when they run out of money to when it gets actually approved.
So why don't you just approve all the money?
Of course. Well, that's what they said. The Federal Reserve already said they have unlimited money. But the thing is, who would be in favor of voting for, let's say, a $5 trillion stimulus package or $10 trillion?
It's just more palatable. Palatable? Is that palatable?
By the way, the palpations, if you watched yesterday's episode, I said the word palpation. We found out later maybe that wasn't the right word, but I'm allowed to make 2 mistakes in one episode. That's fine.
Yeah.
Did you know that I was making a mistake?
Yeah, I told you were making a mistake. I just didn't know
what you were trying to say. Do you want me to say that you were right?
Yes.
Okay, what's the next topic here? DraftKings. What's going on with DraftKings?
DraftKings went public at a time when there are no live sports to bet on. What do you think about that?
Let me quench my thirst real quick.
By the way, can I just say that the cup that he is using to drink water, this is from my blender. fruit, whatever.
Big talker's got to have a big cup of water, it's fine. So DraftKings, they're going public today. Look, this makes a lot of sense. First of all, they're doing it through a reverse merger, if I remember correctly. Yeah. So they're not doing a traditional IPO listing. Second of all, DraftKings and FanDuel tried to merge a couple of years ago. Didn't work out. So DraftKings then went alone. And yes, there are no live sports right now, but basically you've got to make a bet. Like, do you think live sports are coming back? I think most people agree that live sports are coming back.
You're betting on live sports coming back.
Well, the business is, I see what you're pulling, the thread you're pulling on there, but DraftKings' whole business model is to allow people to bet on live sports, right? And so if you want to invest in this business, then obviously you've got to have an underlying belief that live sports will come back. I think that they will.
And let's not forget, there's still table tennis. If you guys want to bet on live sports, maybe we can live stream our chess and backgammon.
I destroy her in chess.
Okay.
It's literally like call the police. It's a crime scene.
Let's not get crazy. You should see the backgammon.
Backgammon is not a real game. It's all luck.
No, it's not all luck.
Chess is a game of skill, intelligence, and I destroy you. I think that I've beat you so many times that when you hear the word chess and you're sleeping, you have nightmares. Okay, let's talk about dinner bonds. What's going on with dinner bonds?
I took his queen with my pawn. Is that what it's called? The little one?
Yeah. And who won the game, though?
It doesn't matter.
What's going on with dinner bonds?
So dinner bonds are basically like gift cards that you can buy to your favorite restaurants to support them. Is that right?
Yeah. So restaurants under incredible pressure. Most of them shut down. They need cash flow because they don't have strong balance sheets. So what a lot of them have done is, I think 232 Bleecker in New York City was the first one to do it. And they basically sell, think of it almost like a gift card. Hey, buy a meal now and you can come in and redeem this in the future.
Okay, but
it gives us cash flow today.
Can I just ask if,
yes.
Okay, so if we're in this form still in July, a lot of these restaurants are going to be long gone. How am I going to redeem my gift card to a restaurant that doesn't exist anymore?
My guess is the reason why they're calling it bonds is because you can lose money on a bond.
Oh.
So like you technically could, if the restaurant doesn't come back, like I guess you could just lose the money. I'd have to look to be sure, but I'm guessing that's why they call it that. And then I really liked in Europe, there was a group, they came up and they called it the war bonds, right? They were basically like, we're at war against the virus, like buy one of our war bonds. And it's the same thing. It's still a dinner bond. But it's just really cool to see kind of American and international entrepreneurs come up with very creative and innovative ways to drive cash flow and try to survive during the crisis. Would you buy one?
Yeah. So for example, one restaurant is selling $80 bonds with $100 redemption value. So I guess the way it grows in value is like you go and you redeem it for $100.
Yeah, you get, do you know what kind of return that would be?
A 25%
5% return. Nice. I didn't mean to put on the spot to do some math real quick. All right, Jack Dorsey. What's up with Jack, the OG?
So first of all, there's a deep profile on Jack Dorsey in Vanity Fair. It's very interesting. It talks about basically he has like a crazy morning ritual. Do you know what salt juice is?
Before we get to that, Vanity Fair, I thought that was like a clothing company. No. That's a media company?
Yes.
Oh, interesting. Okay. All right, keep going. What are you asking me?
Do you know what salt juice is?
I'm assuming it's juice with salt in it. I'm not a scientist, but
no, it's what he drinks / he calls it eating, which is a little strange, but it's basically salt, water, and lemon. And then he doesn't eat anything until dinner.
So it's lemon juice with
lemon
water?
Juice with salt.
Or with salt? Yeah. So it is juice with salt. I was right?
No.
I'm not a scientist, but hey. All right. So what is the point of this?
Don't make me palpitate you. The point is, there's a really good profile on him. If you want to read it, it's in Vanity Fair. And
which is a media company, not a clothing company.
Another thing he did is he partnered with Beyoncé to donate $6 million in relief for essential workers on the front lines of the coronavirus pandemic.
Jackson OG, because I think we were talking about on what he's drinking. So he doesn't eat food before dinner. He goes the entire day without eating.
I somehow feel like that's not good for you.
He just drinks this drink that she described, and then he drinks a lot of water and stuff. The other thing I think he does, doesn't he walk to work? And walking to work is like a number of miles.
Yeah, he does.
Yeah, I think he does that as well. So he's just very much into like kind of meditation. I think he's very much into, what was it called when you go long periods of time without eating?
Starvation?
No, not starvation. Intermittent fasting.
Intermittent.
Yeah, whatever. It's fine. Okay, so and then he donated $6 million
with Beyonce.
With Beyonce. Who do you think put more money in?
Equal.
What's your favorite Beyonce story?
Story?
Yeah. Mine is when she did the performance at Uber and took equity rather than took cash and got millions of dollars of equity in Uber and ended up being worth like a couple $100 million.
Because she performed at their Christmas party and she took it in equity instead of cash. Yeah.
Pay me in equity.
That's in a song. What my favorite memory is, we went for my birthday 2 years ago, last year,
something like that.
No, 2 years ago, to the Beyonce concert.
Are you okay? Do you need some of my water? Do you need some lemon juice and salt?
I was trying not to cough in your face. Okay, so we went to
that would be illegal. That's literally assault in coronavirus times. You can't cough on people.
The Beyonce Jay-Z concert, and you love the Beyonce portion of it.
That's your story?
Yeah.
All right. Speaking of performances, Travis Scott. Travis Scott, by the way, Netflix documentary on Travis Scott, I Believe I Can Fly, I think is what it's called, is fantastic. My favorite part is in the documentary, he's performing on a stage in front of literally like 12 people at like a state fair. And he's going, ham on stage. He's rapping. He's got all the beats and everything. And there's 12 people there. And they all are just like, yeah, who's this dude? Yeah, okay, who's this guy? And then they fast forward and like within 3 years, he's literally sold out mega arenas and he's going nuts, doing the exact same thing he was doing at the state fair, but now he's doing it in front of, tens of thousands of people. And so last night he did what?
I don't know.
He had a concert inside of Fortnite. So inside of the game, he held a massive concert.
But was it live or was it like pre-recorded? How does that work?
So it's inside of the game, right? And basically what ended up happening, does it say how many people actually showed up to watch it? It's really, really cool. Maybe we'll put a link in the description of the video later.
10 million people attended.
Yeah, 10 million people showed up. No, that was Marshmello though. There was another concert previously. Marshmello did a concert with 10 million people. I don't know how many people showed up to Travis Scott, but we'll put a link in the description. It's super, super cool to see how they're using all of the gaming kind of graphics and everything inside of Fortnite. And then the beauty is obviously it's almost like a virtual concert. So millions of people around the world can all tune in at the same time. Okay,
so I've heard about this idea of virtual concerts and whatever, but like, wouldn't I just go pull up Justin Bieber YouTube videos and watch it?
Yeah, but why? But what wouldn't you want to watch the thing that's happening live? Like, why do you watch the VMAs to watch the performances?
I don't really watch the VMAs.
Okay, why do you watch the Oscars?
I don't.
Is it Oscars movies or music? Oh, movies. Whatever the other one is. What's the music one?
Grammys.
The Grammys. Do you watch the Grammys? Yes. Don't lie. Come
on.
I
watch the Oscars more than I watch the Grammys.
Why?
Because I think I know more actors than I do singers.
All right. So long story short, this is going to be huge. I actually think that this is good. Like they're going to continue to do this more and more because remember what the fan understands is the musician gets a bigger audience by doing it virtually rather than in person.
Yeah.
Now there is something to be said about like, hey, I'm going to go to Madison Square Garden. There's an artist there. Like I get the experience. But would you rather hit 10 million people or would you rather go to Madison Square Garden and sell out 30, 40,000?
That's true. This is gonna really change the way we experience live events, I think.
Are you ready for VR world? Like, will you put on the goggles and go into the VR world?
I'll put them on.
Have you seen Ready Player One?
No.
No? Do you want to watch it?
No.
All right, we'll report back to you guys on Monday. All right, anything else before we get into lunch money?
No.
Are you sure?
Yeah.
You have no parting thoughts? Are you mad about anything today? We all got to you guys finally got to see the wrath of Polina. I deal with that on a daily basis.
No, but I was just passionate. I wasn't mad.
I agree. I thought you had great ideas.
Thank you.
I'm always supportive. All right. Lunch money. While Wall Street is trying to get rich, the rest of us just trying to get our lunch money right, which means this weekend we're picking one winner, $100 to give to you. What you have to do to win the $100 or to be eligible for winning, you have to take the URL
of any episode that is your favorite.
Okay, or that. Take a URL of this episode.
No, any episode.
Okay, she wins. Take the URL of any episode, tweet it or post it to social media. Use the hashtag lunch money. You have to use the hashtag lunch money so we can find it. And tell us, what is the one thing that you have learned this week from lunch money? Our whole goal with this is one, to make you guys laugh, to poke fun at Wall Street while they're trying to get rich. The rest of us just trying to get some lunch money. but also to make sure that people are staying on top of current events, learning, and hopefully expanding their knowledge. So take the URL, go tweet it or post it on social media, use the hashtag lunch money. We'll pick one person, $100. You can go buy some lunch. You can go buy some dinner bonds. You can go donate it. You can go put it on black on DraftKings, do whatever you want, but you'll get $100 for sharing it.
You know what I learned
What?
this week?
What did you learn?
I learned that it's not Scottie P.
Scottie Pippen?
Scottie Pippen. Also,
Yeah.
isn't that funny that like Travis Scott, Scottie P, or Scottie Pippen?
Oh my God. I think that we've reached this level of quarantine where she's literally got me wearing her shirts. Actually, this is
Wait,
not
what did
her
you-
shirt. It's
what did
my
you-
shirt, but
What have you learned?
her logo on it. What did I learn?
Yeah.
I learned that we are going to keep the laughing gas away from you because that laughing attack, I think I'm going to have nightmares about it because that was
I
absurd.
couldn't stop.
I was worried about your health. I thought we were going to have to go to the emergency room.
It was a lot. And you just kept going.
Yeah, of course. I'm unfazed. You can't faze me. You could beat me up. You could shoot me. You could literally have a laughing attack. You could pass out. Like, I'm going to keep serving the people.
Serve the people. Always serve the people.
All right, guys, that's it for Lunch Money this week. While Wall Street's trying to get rich, the rest of us just trying to get a lunch money right every day, noon-ish, before afternoon, right at noon, or 5 p.m., depending on if we got our shit together or not. We appreciate you guys watching. Leave a comment. We try to go through and read all of them and comment back. Polina literally is tired at 10:50 in the morning, and we will pick one winner for $100. Go take the URL, tweet it, post it on social media, use hashtag lunch money, tell us what you learned this week, and we will tell you on Monday who wins the $100. That's it. See ya.